So, one of the questions that we had was if we stopped greenhouse gas emissions today, would sea level continue to rise? And I think this is like a really important question to be discussing because recently there's been like questions of, oh, what we need to like stop emitting. And it, like with the new Green New Deal, they were talking about like hopefully within a few years getting to a carbon neutral like status. So if we stopped like within that amount of time, would sea level continue to rise?
Yeah, so and I mean I've been reading a lot about the Green New Deal as well, and we actually did a show on it last week. So their plan is really ambitious, and I really support it from a environmental perspective. But yeah, they do want to go carbon neutral within 10 years of its implementation. But as far as whether or not that will like immediately cut off sea level rise, the answer is no. And it's just simply because, and maybe it's important to just define greenhouse gases. But these are basically gases that are released from basic pollution like tailpipes and different manufacturing processes. And they rise into the atmosphere and they have this heat trapping capability. And so they basically just hold more heat and keep that within the atmosphere, because once they actually do hold those gases, they can no longer be released through, or once they do hold that heat, they can't be released through the radiative window of like the radiative envelope of our atmosphere. So basically within the atmosphere they're pretty well mixed. They're there's like a uniform concentration for the most part, but that's not the case with the ocean. And it takes the ocean millennia to completely fully mix its heat and its gas concentrations. So the ocean holds like 93% of the Earth's like heat content, the incoming radiation. And so in order for that to be mixed through like colder deep waters and then warmer surface waters, it just takes a very long time. So if we stopped today, it would take, God knows how long for sea level to completely stop. And I think it's important to distinguish like anthropogenic sea level rise from natural sea level rise, because our oceans have risen and fallen for the entire time Earth has been a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, stopping emitting greenhouse gases would not stop sea level rise, but it would definitely mitigate it to the extent that, like, we stop now and not 10 years from now. That would be a big difference, especially because our rates of emissions are exponentially increasing, and that causes exponential increases to the rates of sea level rise. So maybe like if we stop now, it would only rise like, this is totally hypothetical, but maybe it would only rise like a foot. Whereas if we stopped in 20 years, it would rise like 10 times more than that, just because the effect is magnified by more pollution, more greenhouse gases, all that kind of stuff.
Hey, thanks for watching. Check out our iTunes link below for the full episode,
Where you'll fully be satisfied.
Okay.